The social contract. You ever heard that term? The social contract? Probably means different things to different people. But here's the reality of where you are, where I am, where all citizens are, of whatever nation they reside. You and I, as adults, we don't sign a piece of paper, but we have a contract in our mind with our nation, be it the United States, if you're an American, German, if you're Germany, whatever the case may be. You're a citizen. I'm a citizen. And part of the social contract is this. You have obligations, and the state has obligations. You say to the state, you say, look, okay, I will obey your laws for the most part. I'll pay my taxes for the most part. Be a good citizen. I'll do this, I'll do that. You, though, the state, you have obligations in this contract too. This is not just a one-way contract. It's a two-way contract. And part of the state's obligation is creating laws, fair laws, and then enforcing those laws, sticking to them strictly. That way we all know the terms of the contract, right? I already said I'll follow your laws. I'll follow your rules. I'm a citizen. You, the state, create for me some fair laws that apply equally to everyone and enforce them. We understand that's a contract we all have with our country, with whatever our nation is. But what you and I have never really experienced, and what we're experiencing right now, is what do you do when the contract is breached? What do you do when there's been a breach of contract with the state? What do you do when you've paid your taxes and followed the rules and done your things, and then you look up and find that the state, they're not obeying any of the terms of their deal? What does that mean? Where does that leave us as a country? Are we still a country? Washington Examiner has something out here today. Illegal migrants crossing the border, they're not being tested for COVID before we're releasing them from custody. That's right. The administration that has told you repeatedly they're very, very, very worried about coronavirus. They're taking in people by the thousand, no COVID tests, and releasing them into the interior of the United States of America. Again, I will repeat what I just said before. You can point to that and say they're wrecking the country, and I'll tell you they know. They know. I'm sorry. I don't like to come tell you this every single night. I'm sorry. JFK's gone. The Democratic Party you and your grandpappy grew up with, it's gone. These people know. They're well aware this is wrecking the country. We have a government now run by hard left academics who've all spent 2 decades in school learning how much America sucks. They want to wreck the country. That is their goal. Half of them, when you catch them in an honest moment, they'll state that's their goal. Fox News' Peter Doocy asked a tough question.
What is the thinking behind letting untested and unvaccinated migrants cross the southern border into U.S. cities in record numbers?
There is, what we're doing, we have not withdrawn the order that is sometimes critical or criticized, saying that unvaccinated people should go back across the border. But unaccompanied children is a different story, because that's the most humane thing to do, is to test them and to treat them and not send them back alone.
Of course, it's about the kids, right? So with all this going on, I mean, we have this terrible things happening in the country. China's on the move. Hundreds of thousands of people crossing the southern border. What are they most worried about? What are they really focused on in the federal government? Who were they worried about taking down? Well, here's Homeland Security.
Domestic violent extremism is the greatest terrorist-related threat we face on the homeland. We've created the Center for Prevention Programs and Partnership in the department. We have a task force dedicated to this effort. We've dedicated more than $77 million in grant funding to state, local, tribal, territorial authorities. We are doing so much to address this really grave threat.
Really grave threat. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.